people slipping him in like they do, is a real danger. I mean, Arsenal have adopted that with Henry. I mean, I didn't think they'd replace Anelka, but they did with Henry, and it'll be interesting to see if Keegan does the same with McManaman, because he's often struggled to hold down one set position, but you could see him just in that little hole, picking it up and just threading balls through, and it'll cause problems.
Well, they asked him after the game when they were interviewing McManaman where he thinks his best position is, and you could tell that he wasn't quite happy playing the role he played yesterday, and I think they're going to sit him just behind Anelka.
Yeah, I mean, it solves the problem of someone up front with him, because they haven't really got a ready-made partner. But if Anelka was just to play in that hole, it's almost like going back to the Arsenal days when
perhaps when we mentioned Arsenal, maybe Arsenal don't need Anelka anymore. They've got some fairly decent strikers up there. But they did drop their first points of the Premiership season at home against your old lot, Portsmouth, Steve.
Yeah, I mean, they had some super results. I was looking at the table there. Portsmouth have gone to Manchester City and got a result. They've gone to Arsenal and got a result. I think, to be fair, this will probably be, I would imagine this will be the best result they'll get this year.
Do you think?
I mean, that's off the back of Arsenal winning their first four. And Arsenal at home.
Joint top scorer now with Owen and
what
Shearer.
You've got to see there is Sheringham actually starts 2 yards behind Lauren and finishes up 2 yards in front of him. Now, Sheringham is not the quickest, and and I can say that because I'm certainly not the quickest as well. But
here's the
actually,
talking
mentally, he's 5 yards quicker than anybody else. I mean, he just leaves his leg, doesn't he? Nobody actually. I'm not sure actually whether anybody is even close to him here, but he just leaves that trailing leg, hoping for some sort of contact. I don't think he actually gets it hit. It's more a case of him kicking the defender rather than the other way round, but it does cause a problem, because what you're going to get is you're going to get referees now not giving penalties when sometimes they will be, because they're just frightened of things like that.
Henry took the penalty and made it 1-1, or did he? Because the referee said, well, he's got to take it again.
I think he knows he's got it wrong, so he's made him take it again.
Dennis Bergkamp is in the area, but you're saying it's nothing to do with that.
That wouldn't matter if the penalty was a legitimate penalty. That would not have been retaken, but I think he knows he's got it wrong, and he's trying to probably put something right there.
Perhaps.
Yeah, I mean, I think you'd see that on most occasions.
That's Henry. So 1-1, and it could have been worse actually. Perhaps it was a below par Arsenal team. Few were tired from Europe. That's what,
but I think Pompey also had a couple. There's 1 or 2. One went to Japan, I think, and so they weren't the only side.
Portsmouth could have won it at the end.
Yep.
Yakubu.
Yeah, pace and power will give people major problems this year. Just got to brush up on his finishing. Not a natural finisher yet, as you can see there, but all the attributes to cause people problems.
So as far as Robert Pires is concerned for you, is he a diver or not? He says he's not. He said today, I'm not a cheat, I don't dive.
Well, on that evidence, he is a diver, but I think in a couple of weeks' time, that incident will be forgotten, and come the end of the season, if that point has won them the league, then, I don't think there'll be too many.
Right, I say this because he admitted that he did dive against Valencia in the Champions League.
If he's admitted he's dived for that, then certainly he's dived for the Portsmouth one, because the players are a lot closer to him there than the Portsmouth effort. So if he's admitted that one, I mean, as you can see, the player actually does get a foot across. And I mean, I know he catches his trailing leg, but the Portsmouth one, I think he more so has kicked the defender rather than the other way around. I mean, there's 50% of that you could have given a penalty, but I mean, if he claims that's a dive, then certainly Saturday was an Oscar-winning performance, I think.
To the Valley and Charlton against Manchester United on Saturday, a day that Jason Ewell will want to forget. He was always in the wrong place at the wrong time, whereas Van Nistelrooy was in the right place at the right time. Absolutely. First of all, first few minutes, Ewell clatters into Manchester United's goalkeeper. Yellow card.
Yes, one of those days when I think Jason might have had too much Ribena or something, because his metabolism's working overtime. I don't quite know what he's thinking there. He's got time to pull out. He's left his foot in there, so he's got himself a booking. And he actually finds himself.
No, this is
the last
goal.
Man in. That's him on the line, isn't it? Everybody else has stepped up.
Yeah, as we'll see here. Now we can freeze it in just a second, where you'll see that they've all come out as a line.
Yep.
Man United, 3 offside maybe? But no, Jason's on the line.
Jason's 10 yards behind everybody else. What he's doing there, now I know why they never used to send me back, because shouldn't have forwards defending, not in those areas.
And to compound a totally imperfect day.
Yeah, not as bad as it looked, I've got to say. It was he hasn't actually taken him. He's not taken his leg that's kicked the ball. Normally when a forward tries to do that, he'll do the leg that takes the ball. but he hasn't. It's just his leg coming across like that, and it's a stupid one more than malicious.
This is Di Canio's miss. We call it a miss. It's the best chance that Charlton had during the game.
He's actually appealing for a corner before he's hit it because he knows it's a really bad miss, isn't it? So, and another dead ball situation that they can't defend.
Manchester United's second goal. Again, Van Nistelrooy in the right place, and again not offside. I think
it's delivery, isn't it? That's all this is about.
No gap between the last man.
No, I think they'll just about get the benefit of the doubt. But it's poor marking simply because they've got the wrong side, the two Charlton defenders.
Ronaldo, the man himself, doesn't track back much apparently, but do you need to when you're as skillful as this? He made so many chances, and maybe Solskjaer could have scored.
Should have scored. And that could have. He doesn't miss many of them, does he?
That's not really been making the news today. The game that's been making the news today has been the game between Blackburn Rovers and Liverpool for all sorts of reasons. Words like coward, cheat, they've all been used. Not for this challenge particularly. This was Babel, ex-Liverpool of course, on Barosh.
Happens every time.
Broken ankle.
Yeah, I mean, if people break their ankle from challenges like that, we wouldn't finish the games. I mean, that's a legitimate attempt for the ball. Just unfortunate. That's one of those moments no one can do anything about.
Blackburn actually took the lead.
Yeah, good goal.
Matt Jansen.
Not unlike the one I scored Saturday, actually.
Really? Good was it?
Not quite the quality of defenders, but
you never know. Weymouth.
Just a little bit larger around the waist, I think. Yeah, it's good skill, great skill. He's got he's got a surprisingly good right foot in as well. I thought he was very left-footed.
Juff, who Gresco bringing him down, played very well according to Houllier.
Yeah, getting a lot of praise now. I think he's managed to turn his game around. What they have got, they've got a threat now down both wings. I think he found it difficult last time because what was happening, he was the only wide player for Liverpool, and people were overloading that side, and he wasn't getting a lot of joy.
Michael Owen penalty.
Yeah. Now they've got Cure wide. They can stretch teams both sides.
Now this is the incident that's been exercising everybody. This is Lucas Neal on Jamie Carragher.
It's a crazy challenge.
Broken leg, out for 6 months.
Yeah, crazy challenge. I mean, I played with Lucas at Millwall, and I know people are going to say he's not that type of. He isn't, but that's a crazy challenge. I don't quite know what that was about actually.
This is Liverpool going ahead.
Great
Michael
finish.
Owen scoring his fifth of the season.
Friedel thinks he's putting it the other side. He's opened his body up and then he's just whipped it the other side. Super finish. Starting to get their act together, Liverpool, actually, I've got to say.
You notice a change?
Yes, I think basically because they've stuck Cure wide and they've got a threat down the wings, which has opened the whole game up for them.
As if to exemplify that,
well, there simply wouldn't be anybody outside of him, would there? Before, if that had been the Liverpool of old, everybody would have been right side of the players, just not the ball to Cure. But because Cure's out there, bang, great finish. And he's another one who's just getting his fitness, just starting to find his feet. He'll be a threat.
Let's have a word with Rob Gay, who's the Liverpool fan, who's with us every week. Rob, what did you make about what Houlier's been saying today, by the way, that Neil should have apologised, he didn't apologise, it was a dirty game, bad tackles?
Well, I think when you look at that, I mean, yeah, it's the Babel one, genuine attempt for the ball, but it's almost like an assault, isn't it, when you take off like that? And, you know, who am I to criticise a professional football in the heat of the moments? But clearly there was never, you know, they judge you by a tackle like that. Have you got control of it? And you never had control of it. And whether he apologised or not, but, you know, the sad thing is, and there's no balance, is there, that straight reds, 3 match ban, but Jamie Carragher could be out for 6 months, and there's something not quite right about that.
Do you think that Gerard Houllier is protesting too much? I mean, people haven't complained too much about when it's been on the other foot, have they, when Gerard's been steaming in?
But I can't remember anybody being injured so badly as that, and it's unlike Houllier to take comments after the game and carry them on into the week, so I think he's got a point. And, you know, and if not just for players' safety, you can't have things like that happening. Ridiculous.
Okay. Let's move on to the Monday vote. Every Monday we ask you to vote on a certain subject. The big hitters were all in scoring action. So we'd like to ask you this question. Who do you think will be the Premiership's top scorer at the end of the season? Here are some of the best.
Here comes Anelka.
So we're asking you to vote for one of these 8. Who do you think will be the Premiership's top scorer at the end of the season? If you're an interactive viewer, you just press the red button to vote and follow the instructions. If you're not, or maybe you just like to text us anyway, you can text us. What you do is you use the word VOTE, V-O-T-E, and then the letter following that corresponding to the player that you think will be the top scorer, and text it to 84408. Good luck, we'll give you the result later in the programme. Tonight though, of course, it's Monday Night Football, it's live action, we'll preview it after the break. It's Leicester City against Leeds United from the Walkers Stadium. We'll be back in a few minutes with all the team news.
Presents are given to the bride and groom to set them up in their new life.
Oh, thank you. Cheers. Bye.
Whereas in Malta,
thank you very much.
Guests can expect a present as a memento of the day.
Bye-bye.
We never underestimate the importance of local knowledge. HSBC, the world's local bank.
All right, son.
No, not all right. I wanted concentric circles. I need this grass shorter.
Keepy Uppy, the new game of skill and control.
Sloppy.
With official rules and equipment.
Oi! I can't have noise when I'm practicing.
Keepy Uppy the game for control freaks.
One new message.
Hi Jim, sales are up. Over to you.
Business changes rapidly, which is why HP ProLiant servers with high-performance Intel Xeon processors can be remotely managed from anywhere. So wherever you are, it's like taking your data center with you. Demand more. Demand HP ProLiant servers.
Will the circle be unbroken? By and by, Lord.
With a strong unibody construction and unique 5-year warranty, there's no weak link in our chain. Hyundai, always there for you.
The high-speed world of AOL Broadband is now better value than ever. There are no setup costs, it's easy to connect, and now you don't even pay for the modem. You get all the excitement and entertainment of AOL Broadband, all for one low monthly price of $27.99. There's never been a better time to experience AOL Broadband, so for your free modem offer, call now on 08000 83 82 81. AOL. What happens is in your hands.
If you're looking to buy a home or switch your existing mortgage, you'll want a mortgage that's straightforward, one with no leaving fees, so you're free to go whenever you want. And of course you'll want to avoid high interest rates and find a low one, like 4.6% APR. So for a quote, visit us at www.hsbc.co.uk/mortgages, call us on 0800 520 420 or come into your local branch. HSBC, the world's local bank.
Lots of Spanish football, of course, coming up on Sky Sports. On Saturday evening at 8 o'clock on Sky Sports Extra, it's Atletico Madrid against Valencia. And then on Sunday, David Beckham again for Real Madrid at Malaga. That's Sunday, 7:30 that starts on Sky Sports 1. Tonight, of course, It's Leicester City against Leeds United, Monday Night Football on Sky Sports from the Walkers Stadium. Isn't it nice when it's such a lovely blue sky before games? Longest summer ever. So, let's have a look at who's actually playing this evening for Leicester and Leeds United. And we can see straight away that as far as Leicester are concerned, they've made quite a few changes. 5, in fact, to the side that lost to Villa last time out. Craig Hignett comes in. He'll make his full debut. Marcus Bent will make his debut. Frank Sinclair and Jerry Taggart make their first appearances of the season. Lillian Nallis also comes in, and out go the suspended trio of Alan Rogers, Ricky Simica and Les Ferdinand. Keith Gillespie misses out. He's got an ankle injury. Steve Howie drops to the bench. That's Leicester. As for Leeds, 2 changes to the side that beat Borough last time out. The Brazilian World Cup winner Jose Roque Jr. makes his debut, first Brazilian ever to play for Leeds. And Frenchman Didier Domi makes his full debut for the club. Out go Dominic Matteo, who has an ankle injury, and Ian Hart is left out. Now, we made the point earlier on that 20 players have arrived at both these clubs over the summer, and only 2 of them cost any money at all. Steve, what do you make of Leicester's summer signings? It's just so many bargains.
Yeah. You don't really want to. I mean, you wouldn't want to say quantity over quality, but that's obviously got to be the case in Mickey Adams' situation. I think Ben Thatcher's an excellent buy. He's still got a lot to prove. He's hungry and he's a good player. Les Ferdinand will do your job at that level. Lots and lots of question marks. John Curtis, I like John Curtis every time I've played against him. But lots and lots of question marks, and still answers to be provided by some of those players. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of season a lot of those do actually have.
OK, let's hear from the man who wanted all those players. Leicester's manager is Mickey Adams.
Mickey, with injuries and suspensions, you glad you managed to bring in so many players during the summer?
Well, that was part of the plan. I think we sacrificed a few players at the end of last season who weren't regulars, so it was important that we built a squad up, and it's like occasions like this. We've got a list of injuries and suspensions, so other people are coming into the game tonight and with a little bit to prove. So, yeah.
Debuts for Marcus Bent and Craig Hignett. What are you expecting from them?
Well, Iggy's been the one problem with Iggy is we don't really know what his best position is. So we're going to give him a role tonight, see if he can adopt to it. But he's got enthusiasm. He's got an eye for a goal, and I think we're lacking goals. And he might just produce something a bit special. As for Marcus, well, he's got a decent track record in the Premier League. I think when he first went to Ipswich Town, he got something like 8 in 12. We need more of the same, please.
Is it the lack of goals is that what's behind you not getting this first win?
Well, I think we've been slightly unlucky. I've been very, very pleased with the level of the performance that the boys have shown me and the level of commitment. But you've got to win games of football. It's as simple as that, And the first 20 minutes at Aston Villa wasn't good enough, wasn't acceptable enough. But it just goes to show that if you don't start right in any game, whoever you're playing, they can hurt you at this level.
Will the Villa performance spur you on tonight in many ways?
A lot of the boys that played at Villa aren't playing tonight, so. But I hope so. I hope that hurts us. Certainly this international break couldn't have come at a worse time for us, really, because if the players have been like me, I'm like a bear with a sore head. I want to get back at it, and I hope they're similar, and their professionalism has been questioned by numerous people. So I think they've got a bit to prove tonight. Yeah.
Well, we'll see. Good luck, Mickey.
Cheers.
OK, well, let's consider some of those new signings. And Marcus Bent from Ipswich is the first player that we're going to have a look at, Steve. What do you know? What do you think of Marcus Bent?
I think Mickey referred to his first year in the Premiership when he got 80 in his first 12. But I hasten to add that was in a side that finished 5th in the division that year. Ipswich were flying at the time and creating a lot of chances. Proven first division goal scorer. I mean, he's not a 30 goals a season man, but he's got his fair share. And he's a decent finisher, but you've got to say he's got to step up a level, to get that sort of ratio in the Premiership.
So when you say that they've got to step up a level, what does that actually mean in practice?
You're not going to. I mean, obviously the chances you get at the first division won't come about playing for Leicester in the Premiership. So his ratio will have to be a lot higher than it has been of late, certainly.
He'll have less time as well.
He'll have less chance, he'll have less time, and that's what I mean. His quality of finish has got to be that much better.
He's played at quite a few clubs. This is the 7th club of his career, and he only signed 20 minutes before the end of the deadline, so it was a last-minute choice.
Yeah, sometimes that can be a good thing, sometimes it can be a bad thing when a player moves around. Obviously, the circumstances of his last move were very much out of his hands because Ipswich were a club that had to get rid of him, and Leicester came in, as you say, 20 minutes before the deadline. But it'd be nice for him to settle down now, get somewhere where he stays for a couple of years and actually gets a position and starts scoring goals and makes a name for himself. Because I think this is the right time for him to do that now.
OK. That's one of Leicester's many new arrivals. There are 12 of them. There are 8 for Leeds United. Let's consider their new arrivals. And this is all the business that Peter Reid's been doing on that very hot mobile phone over the summer.
No one's actually signed, have they?
Well, it's just they haven't spent any money.
Like they're all on a year. All got a month's loan. We'll be gone a month, they won't have a team.
Pennant's only there for a month, isn't he?
Yeah.
He might be back.
Yeah, as I say, I mean, they're probably better known than the players that Leicester signed, but as I say, it's whether they fit in and how they adapt to the English game, and it'll be interesting. I'm sure it's a complete new start for Leeds, it really is.
It means that players like Milner, who came on the scene so dramatically last season, has gone to Swindon.
Yeah, that unfortunately is what's going to happen because the club were nosediving very quickly last year. Now they've stabilised, now they can afford to bring a couple in. I mean, obviously they're not paying out transfer fees, and they're not actually saying, right, we're going to pay that player, we're going to keep him for 2 or 3 years. What they are going to do is be able to get rid of them if these players aren't good enough.
Who we're seeing now is Roque Jr., the man that played in all the games for Brazil in the World Cup finals. First Brazilian ever to play for Leeds. How much do you know about him? Signed from Milan.
Obviously only what we've seen on the telly, but there's not too many bad players who win the World Cup, is there? So I can imagine him being a good addition. They're a good club, Leeds, and I mean, I think more so than anything, he wouldn't go to Leeds if he didn't know about the tradition and history, and that's probably why he's gone there, more so than the recent form. So simply because they're a big club, I think they've been able to attract a player of that quality. Certainly not the state of the club, I know that.
OK, well, of course, the man, I suppose, that they are most grateful for keeping is a man we're going to look at next is Mark Viduka, who, since Peter Reid has been in charge, he has scored almost half the goals that Leeds have scored. I mean, he's almost indispensable. We'll talk about him in just a second. Here's what he can do.
Viduka! Leeds United lead again! Viduka!
16 goals in his last 14 appearances. Without him, would they be sunk?
Well, they certainly would be in a far worse position than they are now. Strange on that, because I think I remember last year he got a lot of stick from certain sections of the fans, and a lot of people were questioning his attitude and his application for Leeds, yet he's one of the few that have hung around. Whether that's because they've refused to let him go, whether he doesn't want to go, I don't know, but he's still there, and he's, as you say, after those statistics, he's still doing a job for them.
Absolutely. Well, it was rumoured, although everyone seems to think it's fact, that there was an enormous bust-up between Viduka and Reid. But these things happen in football. They've patched up their differences. They're both still there, and Peter Reid is now speaking to Jeff Shreves.
Peter, there's been a lot of debate about players going on loan, whether or not it's right. With 5 players on loan in your starting 11, does that tell us you're firmly in favour?
Well, if you look at Jermaine Pennant and the boy Jeffers, they're Englishmen, and people are moaning about Englishmen not playing at the highest level. Now these 2 Englishmen are playing at the highest level. Do you need to say more?
Fair enough.
Thank you.
Now, another thing you need to explain, Roque Jr., World Cup winner, Champions League winner, 27, how did you get him for nothing?
Well, I wouldn't say nothing, but there's some wages there, but we touched lucky, I've seen him play on numerous occasions for Brazil against England and Japan, and he's a top quality player. Fortunately for us, we AC Milan spoke to Mr. Bryder over in Milan, and he gave us permission to talk, so we got him. My persuasive Scouse accent got him. He understood every word I said to Portuguese scout it was.
Now, you are starting to turn things around at Leeds. How close are you in achieving what you're looking for?
Well, it's we've had a decent start. Let's not get carried away. We need to win a lot more football matches. But I've got to say, the 4 games lads have played, every game they've really worked hard. If I'm honest, the passing could be better, but we've looked at difficult side to beat. Now we just need to improve on that, improve our passing, because I think we've got people who score goals that ultimately will win your football matches.
Quickly, what are you expecting tonight?
Oh, I know what to expect. I know Mickey ever so well, and they will be very strong, to be direct, and when you play against a team that Mickey Adams manages, you're going to be 100% at you. It's going to be a real difficult game for us with a crowd that in this magnificent stadium will be right behind the team.
Thanks, Peter.
Cheers.
Peter Reid, the Leeds manager, just half of the managers in action tonight because it's Leicester against Leeds United at the Walkers Stadium. They kick off at 8 o'clock. We'll be there for that. So coming up, more preview and more review of the weekend. A nice friendly encounter between these two clubs again. Should this have been a goal?
Beauty. Oh, beautiful. Oh, beautiful game. Oh, goal!
The F-Spot Guaranteed Pleasure kicks off with all new football years, Thursday, 10:30, Sky 1.
Walking on the beaches, looking at the beaches. Well, I've got that notion, girl, that you've got some sundown lotion in that bottle of yours.
In England, presents are given to the bride and groom to set them up in their new life.
Oh, thank you. Cheers.
Whereas in Malta,
thank you very much.
Guests can expect a present as a memento of the day.
Bye-bye.
We never underestimate the importance of local knowledge. HSBC, the world's local bank.
They became legends.
Well, I'm the great Ned Kelly, and this here's the fabulous Joe Bird.
Fighting the war.
It's Ned Kelly!
To get justice.
They want a war, lads. Let's get them one.
The only way they knew how.
I am a widow's son, outlawed, and my orders must be obeyed.
15, 16.
The fun now starts at just $6,995 with a year's free insurance. Corsa from Vauxhall.
London on 1.
Hey, Tim. Thanks for calling. Uh-huh. Oh, yeah, it's sitting right here. Well, the size surprised us, too. Really? It said meters on the plans. And you didn't think to ask?
With BT Business Plan, a 60-minute call to the US costs just 10p. So now you can afford to check all those little details.
Did you think Tiny Tina was supposed to be ironic?
This job has good sides and bad sides.
Up to here, my hair belongs to the army.
I'm an engineer. I'm a minefield clearer. I'm a bridge layer.
The rest of the hair.
That's mine.
When specialist skills are needed, I'm first in. I've also learned to be a plumber.
That is just absolute rubbish.
Booby traps, bridge demolitions, water supply. If you want to find out more, call 08457 300 111. I wouldn't want to do anything else.
Jet Li, DMX. From the producer of the Matrix trilogy, Cradle to the Grave. Buy it, rent it on DVD and video now.
If you're looking to buy a home or switch your existing mortgage, you'll want a mortgage that's straightforward, one with no leaving fees, so you're free to go whenever you want. And of course you'll want to avoid high interest rates and find a low one, like 4.6% APR. So for a quote, visit us at www.hsbc.co.uk/mortgages, call us on 0800 520 420, or come into your local branch. HSBC, the world's local bank.
OK, stand by for the Champions League on Sky Sports. Tomorrow we start at 7 o'clock. You can see the whole of Real Madrid against Marseille on Sky Sports 2, or Rangers against Stuttgart if you prefer. That's on Sky Sports Extra. And there are many other games you can watch on the interactive service. Then on Wednesday at 6 o'clock we start our coverage. Even more action, all 8 being covered. You can see the whole of Arsenal against Inter on Sky Sports 2, or the whole of Bayern Munich against Celtic on Sky Sports Extra. All 6 other games on Wednesday night you can watch on Sky Sports on our interactive service. Tonight, I'm afraid we can only give you one, but it's a good one. It's Leicester City against Leeds United from the Walkers Stadium, and it's an 8 o'clock kickoff. Before that, let's just review some of the other matches. And Birmingham and Fulham, whenever they meet, it's always a feisty occasion. This time was no different. It involved just the players, no mums.
It's an early chance here for Saha. Is it an early goal for Fulham? It is. Purcell takes it down. It's 1-1. And that's good half for Fulham. Hasn't quite lasted until the end of it. And it's a debut goal in Birmingham blue for Mikhail Purcell. Plays it low and against the bar from Legwinski. Then Knight comes out to Inamoto. David Dunn. Steve Dunn, who I can assure you is no relation, has produced a second yellow card for Legwinski, and Fulham are down to 10 men. Clark. Mike Taylor hasn't got it. It's a goal for Boamorte. What a save by Van der Sar, but Purcell pounces for his second.
Oh, there's trouble there, I'll tell you. The referee's got it. Purse and Boamorte. Well, what's going on here? What's Darren Purse doing?
Darren Purse is in danger of getting a red card here. Boamorte wouldn't release the ball. Red card for Purse. That is a moment of sheer madness. There it goes. Oh, what a save again. What a terrific free kick. Fantastic football all round.
What it is about these two clubs, but whenever they meet, two main talking points, many, but two main talking points from that game, Steve. Yes. Is this a foul, first of all? And this is the foul on the man, well, Mike Taylor, who's actually on loan from Fulham.
I'm not sure it is. I think Mike Taylor has got to either catch that and come and take everything, or go and punch it. He's not actually looking, Boamorte, at Mike Taylor, so it is a genuine attempt for the ball. But
is it?
Yeah, I think so. I think he's just made an arch for himself there. I mean, there's not enough in that really for Mike Taylor to react like that. He should have come through, just really taken everything in that situation, not really allowed Boamorte the opportunity to do that.
OK, and in the immortal words of Andy Gray, what is Purse doing here?
I don't know what Boamorte's doing. Is it, or is it Jason Robinson?
Well,
this is a great little run, by the way. It's a fabulous jink, and he'll be playing in the World Cup for England, I think. Look at that, he's still running though. He must be shattered. I'm not quite sure what Darren Purse. The problem with Darren Purse is, as he's gone to get the ball, it's almost like a punch.
Did he try to punch it from underneath?
I think that's what he's tried to do, yeah, and actually put his arm round Boamorte, but quite what Boamorte's doing there, I don't know. And Darren Purse has really hasn't done himself any favours.
He's just time wasting, isn't he?
He is, but he'd probably find himself in trouble there. I mean, you know, you kick the ball away, and that's supposed time wasting. You get a booking for that. I mean, he's run half the length of the pitch with the ball under his arms.
Darren, Birmingham. What is the problem between these two sides?
I don't really know, actually. It was quite a good game. I mean, full of entertainment.
It won't stop.
Red Dragon, showing today on Front Row.
He is evolving.
And it's a tasty treat. I'll take it back to the halfway line. But Percy's stupid. Once you swing an arm like that at a player, the referee has no choice. And
Can
it was
I just ask,
lunatic
did he
because
get booked for that, Morte?
no, because he'd already been booked by Morte.
Well,
So he'd have gone.
Morte should go off.
He would have gone
he?
as well for
Yeah,
that.
absolutely.
So,
You can't-
but it was
you
just
simply
idiotic
can't do
because
that.
well, there was 15 minutes to go. You know, we had every chance at 2-2 of getting back in the game and then taking the full 3 points. We were on top. It was just lunatic, really.
Next to Chelsea against Spurs, that extraordinary record continues. Chelsea have, well, many stars, but they certainly have an absolute star. His name is Mutu, and we'll talk about him in just a second. But first of all, the Times had the wonderful line today saying that Glenn Hoddle can't stop the tide, even with King and Canute, and here he is scoring.
Yeah, I mean, he's certainly done his bit, hasn't he? It's poor defending from Chelsea here. What you've got to say is, I mean, that the defender there can see that all Canute can do is bring that ball down. Malkiot's got to win the ball, but the second defender's got to judge where Malkiot's, if he doesn't win it, the ball's going to go, and he hasn't done that, allowing Canute in. Good play by Frank Lampard there. Get him round the back. I mean, it's difficult when you've got a midfielder who makes that extra man in the box. It always creates a problem.
Right, let's consider the Romanian Mutu. How good a player is he?
I won't be happy here. I won't be happy, Glenn Hoddle. I mean, it's 2 or 3 times where they've just passed the ball inside defenders, you know, and people have got to stay with their men, and they simply didn't do that. Mutu, good.
Yes,
very good.
Strengths, what's so good about him?
He's got pace. He's very, very lively. He's a good finisher as well, and yeah, he's keeping £17.8 million worth of Crespo out. So, I mean, he's time with his runs now as well. I mean, he got caught offside the other day, and he's obviously just holding back a little bit now. He's got a yard on everybody now. He doesn't need to go early.
Crespo was rested. He's only played a few minutes.
Yes, strange one that, isn't it? Long trip from Italy. He might have, I don't know.
A little bit of hope for Spurs with Canute again.
Yeah, another good finish. Very lively as well. Yeah, he looks like. I think the main point with him is getting himself fit. He looks like he's done that now. So he's very, very lively. Good all-round play. Good finish as well, actually, by the way.
This is Joe Cole coming on for another cameo. Wonderful pass.
Yeah, another
to
ball
Babayaro.
inside the defender. And I mean, you can see you've got 2 defenders around him. He's still got 5 yards of space to tuck it away. And it's poor defending by Spurs. You know, they don't look like they've come on from last year.
They've got options everywhere now, haven't they?
They have. They are very, very strong. I think overall, I mean, I certainly think they can win the league. I think they've also got the possibilities of maybe even doing better than Arsenal and Manchester United in Europe, simply because of the size of their squad.
Okay. Kieran from Chelsea, what do you make of this team?
Yeah, it's good. Obviously, it's nice to see. I mean, but a lot of the players on Saturday were actually from last season. I think there was only 2 or 3 changes because you mentioned Crespo being left out. He's actually away on international duty with Argentina, same as Veron. But yeah, I mean, he's got good options. You know, with the Champions League, we're playing 2 or 3 games a week. He can change it around. You know, it's not particularly what we want to see, but if it's working at the moment, hopefully it progresses through the rest of the season. Yeah, but it's exciting times. Yeah.
Do you actually believe deep down, because it's been a while, that you can actually win this title?